Got something, guys. Not big. It's not tiny either, though. I don't think. Yes. Oh, we caught a fish. We caught a fish, guys. It's a bluegill, I think. Maybe he's got a little something else mixed in with him. I'm not sure. I think it's just a bluegill. Ugh. On the gulp. Minnow under a float. Took a long time to catch anything today. This is about a 6-inch fish. Pretty washed out looking. I think this is a female bluegill. I'm fishing for about 2.5 hours. And we finally got something on the micro finesse set up there. Suspended jigging with the little gulp minnow under a float. All right, thank you, fish. First fish in a while, actually, guys. Been about a month since I caught anything. Thank you, buddy. At least something's biting today. Maybe not the bass, but something. I'll make another cast out there where that guy was. About there. Very light bite. These fish are pretty sluggish. You know, we've had a few warm days here, so that's kind of why I tried to come out in late January. It's pretty mild today. I think it's in like the 60s right now. Definitely doesn't feel like winter, and the last couple of days have been in the 70s. So I was kind of hoping this warming trend would get some fish active, and I think a lot of other people did too, because there's several people out here fishing this lake. This is a lake I haven't really fished that much. This is really my first time trying it more seriously. And apparently it does seem to get some amount of pressure. I was pretty surprised to see any other fishermen out, but like I said, I think they were all thinking the same thing that I was. It's had this warming trend. Maybe it's gotten the fish moving, so people are out trying to catch them just like me. With this suspended jigging setup, you know, I really like this for cold water, or just when you really want to go ultra finesse and have a suspended presentation. Just letting it sit for about 10 seconds and then reeling it a little bit, moving it about a foot or so, you know, giving that little gulp minnow a little bit of action, a little bit of movement to draw the fish in, and then just letting it sit. And if I do that about 3 or 4 times and don't get a hit, then I usually reel it in and make another cast. At least we didn't get skunked. Take a bluegill over nothing, that's for sure. Got something, guys, out near the fountain. Looks good. Might be a bass. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, guys. Oh. He got off. That was a bass, guys. Didn't have a great hook set. And this hook is very small, so it is kind of hard to keep them hooked with that little itty-bitty hook. Let's try that again. Felt something hit it right there. Must be bluegill hits. See that bass? You know, he didn't have to hesitate. Saw that little bait and just sucked it in decisively. The bluegill are pecking at it. Got him. That feels decent, I think. Another bluegill, guys. All right, another fish on the float and jig, the suspended jig. Similar to the last one, maybe a little smaller. There There he is. Hey, we're not getting skunked. Everyone else I've seen today fish out here got skunked, except for some guys that were using minnows. And this gulp minnow is the closest thing I have to that. I'm casting out to basically the limit of our range here. There's something, guys. I think it's another bluegill. Feels like a bluegill. Yep. There we go. I'll take it, guys. I will take it. He's about same as that first one, maybe a 6 or 7 inch fish. They're not giants, but they're not tiny either, you know. They're big enough to tug on the ultralight. Pretty little fish. That one's got some purple on it. All right, see you, buddy. There's one. There's one. Feels like another bluegill. They're not fighting terribly, though. You know what I mean? I'll take it. Yeah, he's tugging. All right. Decent bluegill population in this lake. He inhaled that little gulp minnow, didn't he? We're fishing on with a 1/48 ounce jig head today, guys. Pretty small, but like I said, we have a weighted bobber right now, and that really lets you cast further. Beautiful fish. Look at that purple. Thank you, buddy. It's like they're maybe getting wise to it or just not as interested. Yeah, don't be above using a float, guys. Nothing, there's a fish. Right as I started talking. Boom. Bluegill number 4 of the day, I think. What's that, 5? I think it's 4. Maybe this is 5. I'm losing count, which is a good sign. About a 6 incher. These guys are pretty healthy. All right, another bluegill, guys. Beautiful fish. Yep, I think bluegill fishing was the move today. Too bad we lost that bass, but it's okay, because we're catching fish now. Huh. Oh. There's a fish, guys. It's a bluegill, I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah. These fish are like reading my mind today. Every time I say something or start talking, they decide to eat. I was about to say, why aren't we getting any hits over here? And then we got a hit. Yes, sir. This might be the best one of the day, actually. It's a bit taller than some of the others. That's like a 6 or 7 incher, guys. Pretty fish. It's not a bass, but it's way better than, you know, casting a crankbait all day and not catching anything. Appreciate your fish. Didn't have to move it that time. I think it's another bluegill. Oh yeah. All right. Next cast, folks. Haha. It's a solid one, guys. They're all about the same size. They're not big, but they're not small. Like 6 or 7 inches. I'll take it. They're fun. It's fun on the ultralight. Certainly fun on the ultralight. Now, will a bass come back? That's the next question. I would like a different species, please. Ah. Got pulled down pretty hard right as it touched down right there, and I wasn't ready. But whatever it was, let go of it pretty fast. Could have been a bass, I'm not sure. Need to make a few more casts over there and just be ready to tighten up and set the hook as soon as possible. I think adjusting the depth made a difference for sure. Getting it a little deeper. These bluegill are not, you know, surface oriented right now, which makes sense for the winter. Something tugged at it. Got him. He hammered it, guys. This might be a better fish. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's decent. This is the biggest of the day. Biggest of the day for sure, guys. Wow, this is a good fish. This is a good bluegill. It got fought too. Dude, this one hammered it, guys. Oh, hold on, buddy. Dude, that's a chunk, guys. Look at that bluegill. That's more like an 8-inch fish there. Easy, good eater size. Eater size bluegill. Beautiful fish. Let's get a picture of him for sure. All right. Let's let him go, guys. This is a nice fish. Definitely bigger than the others. Thank you, buddy. Wow. Good fish, guys. Good fish. Whack it. There we go. Feels like another bluegill. All right, this will be our final catch of the day, guys. Oh yeah. Not bad. That's one of the bigger ones. Whoa. Ah. I'm not finished. This guy almost got away. Need to take a look at you first. Nice, guys. Look at the little forehead on that one. It's about seven or 8 inches right there. Almost as big as that last one. Nice, guys. I'm definitely satisfied. You know, I wanted to come out here and catch bass, but bluegill are a good alternative. When the bass aren't biting, go fish for bluegill, guys. All right, see you, fish. All right, people. So we are gonna wrap things up here. I think we caught maybe 10 bluegill today. Out here at this little kind of office park lake. I haven't fished it much before today. Went here one time for like an hour or so with a friend and caught 1 bass. And that's really kind of what I was hoping to catch. And it seems to be what most of the people out here are trying to catch as well. I don't know, it just wasn't happening. I mean, I guess that was really the downside of the day is, you know, we switched to that float rig and then the, you know, we got a hit from a bass, but the fish was able to get off close to the bank. So that was a bit of a disappointment. Long after that, we started catching bluegill pretty quickly. We actually caught, well, before the bass, we caught a couple. And then once we started casting to that fountain, yeah, it was like there were a lot of fish, a lot of bluegill holding around those fountains. So that's something to remember, guys. If you're out fishing ponds, you know, and a lot of them do have little fountain features, it's always worth it to make a few casts around the fountain, especially in the summer. You know, the summer when the water's warm, the water around that fountain is a little bit cooler just because it's moving and there's a little more oxygen in it. So that attracts fish. But even now, in the middle of winter, it was attracting those bluegill. So yeah, and there was a bass there too, right? I mean, that's where we got hit from the bass also. Just saw another guy across the lake catch something, I'm not sure. That was either a bluegill or a small bass. Maybe a small bass. So yeah, anyway, this is just something to remember, you know, for the winter. You know, if you know you're go out trying to catch bass and you're not really getting a lot of results, you know, downsize, go finesse, micro finesse with those little 1-inch gulp minnows, and you can catch some panfish at least, which is a lot better than nothing. So just keep it in mind, guys. You know, a little float rig, like I said, a lot of people just don't even think about it. They just go strictly for bass. You know, if you get skunked or something, then you're not having as much fun. You know, I'd rather have a little fun with some bluegill than have no fun not catching anything. So yeah, you know, winter fishing from a pond, you know, bank fishing in the winter, it's definitely can be tricky. But you know, if you figure out the right techniques, the right presentations, you know, going finesse sometimes can be really useful, then you can still catch some fish. So if you made it this far into the video, you should subscribe to the channel. We've got weekly bank fishing content at Cross Country Bank Angler. You know, this kind of finesse fishing for panfish, also, you know, bass fishing, ultralight creek fishing, top water, and BFS fishing, fly fishing. Thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Peace.